Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to another top 10 video. In today's video, I will be discussing some of my favourite places to explore in the Star Wars: The Old Republic MMO, judging specifically on areas with better quest diversity, as well as said zone's ambient appeal, whilst also taking into account other factors such as the place's popularity amongst players. So without further ado, sit back, relax, and I hope you enjoy yet another Star Wars: The Old Republic video.
Number 10.
At number 10 we have the Malignant Bog on Droman Karst, a zone filled with terrifying monsters and ancient Sith tombs. The zone really appeals to myself as it's riddled with dark side lore, interesting puzzles, and some really engaging group content, including one of the first world bosses brought to SWTOR. With that being said, I'd argue the zone itself is one of the most aesthetically pleasing, offering a diverse mix of various models, including tombs, wildlife and fauna, as well as some beautiful water textures placed throughout the area. Despite this being a leveling zone, the player is brought back to the Malignant Bog multiple times throughout one's playthrough with the addition of the legacy quests, specifically the Shroud of Ruin, known to most as the Macro Binocular questline.
Number 9.
Next up, we have the Alderaan Lowlands on Alderaan, a zone notorious for its appearance in the various Republic storylines, whereas players would delve into Alderaan House politics between House Toral and House Ulgo. The engaging narrative experience provides a very immersive environment for players, whereas one's playthrough is guided by the questline, enabling the player to simply observe the ambient scenery and visuals of Alderaan whilst questing. In a nostalgic sense, this zone specifically has had a huge impact on myself, as it was a constant PvP hotspot back on the former Red Eclipse server, now known as the Darth Malgus server, serving as the Republic's last line of defense. Since then, the zone has become very tranquil and is populated mostly by players leveling ults. Finally, this zone, unlike others, offers some very interesting incentives when it comes to exploration, such as hidden pets, specifically the Oribird, which was a very sought after pet back in the day.
Number 8.
Moving on. At number 8 is the Iocat Expanse, focusing more so on the Imperial and Republic camps. Iocat has a very unique layout and design that further encourages open world PvP. When it comes to exploration, players can always find some new contraption that makes roaming the planet twice as fun. Take the walkers for example. Iocat allows players to suit up in a fully operational Imperial or Republic walker and then patrol the planet's surface to no end. There's also the mouse droid, where players can explore small crevices and hidden zones that they otherwise wouldn't be able to reach. The zone further offers a constantly changing list of dailies and weeklies to make every day on the planet feel slightly different, and if that's not enough, players can even mount into their favourite machine gods and inflict mayhem on the planet with raid boss abilities. Ultimately, Iocat has a lot to explore, and incorporates many different features that gives the planet a very bespoke appeal. The innovative design and means of exploration have definitely earned Iocat a special place on this list.
Number 7.
Coming in at number 7, we have the South Beach Boardwalk on Rishi. Rishi alone is one of my favourite planets in the game. It's diverse, interesting, and feels like a passion project. Every NPC tells a story and every quest offers engagement on multiple levels. More precisely, the NPCs in the Raiders Cove Cantina are all patched together into small groups and gangs that offer unique dialogue and helps paint a broader picture of life on the planet. This immersive quality will always make Rishi a vibrant and engaging planet to explore. Additionally, the South Beach Boardwalk features an integral point for the Outlander campaign, where the Outlander meets Kai Zyken, a very crucial character with a simply astonishing plot. Seriously, if you haven't played the Shadow of Revan expansion, you should definitely give it a go. It's truly amazing, and the character himself actually has this astounding legacy in the game. He's managed to get a mount, and, well, if you can call it a mount, as well as all this social media following, so definitely give this a go. Rishi, South Beach Boardwalk, Shadow of Revan expansion, definitely earned number 7 on this list.
Number 6.
Next up on our list is the planet Valles. The leveling zone for this planet unfortunately went completely under the radar, being one of the many planets released during the KOTEF expansion. The planet itself is very minimalist, only featuring one story chain associated with Chapter 14. The zone itself, however, is fully fleshed out, and across the planet players will find constant conflict between Mandalorian warriors and Skytroopers. This planet is a must-see for Mandalorian fans, as the story and lore is rich with Mandalorian culture. Arguably, Valles does not have much in terms of content, but the planet more than makes up for this through its many different hidden locations, such as the empty workers' quarters and the war-torn cantina. If this is your first time hearing of the planet, it's located in Hut Space on the galaxy map, and I definitely recommend going and checking it out.
Number 5.
Taking the halfway spotlight on today's list is the Polar 3 Marches on the planet Voss. This region of the planet first and foremost features one of the most engaging bonus series quest lines in the game, a story around a Gormak army forming within the ruins of Polar 3, and it's the Republic's job to settle the feud between both factions and prevent this army from amassing on the capital city of Voss. Another key feature of the zone is the proximity between both Republic and Imperial bases, as both bases are within a few hundred meters of each other and both contain a conquest commander, which actively encourages PvE and PvP. Despite this, the zone is actually quite large and filled with interesting areas to explore, such as the clear-cut forests, the Kretar outpost, and the Pelki Ridge, areas that all look simply stunning in game and therefore warrant a place on this list.
Number 4.
The runner-up for today is the Government District located on Corellia. Unlike other places on this list, the Government District stands out for a different reason. The zone itself is a war-torn battleground infested with Republic and Imperial troops. However, the zone features 2 peculiar datacrons, both requiring players to be somewhat creative whilst attempting to obtain them. The first simply asks players to jump on a pipe and launch themselves into the air. The aim is to land on the datacron and pick it up, which sounds easier than it is. Additionally, the Government District incorporates different levels in its design, featuring an underground section as well as some instances that take players through building interiors and up to the top of structures, such as the Military History Museum. This design emphasizes the size and scope of the city and truly makes the map feel three-dimensional. Regardless of faction, I'd suggest exploring the Government District and trying out some of the respective faction quests for yourself.
Number 3.
At third place on our list is Tahlia City on Mek-Sha, specifically the residential district, which stands out as one of the most iconic locations within the Rise of the Hutt cartel expansion, as it's jaw-droppingly beautiful. You can tell that the design team has put months of work into Mek-Sha, from the concept art, the unique models, and of course, the brilliant designs. It's simply incredible. Tahlia City has numerous quests, both in the form of class stories and heroics, that encourage the player to delve deeper into the city, such as the quest Eviction Notice that has players arm explosives in various key points around the city. And unlike most cities in Star Wars: The Old Republic, the zone is completely fleshed out with neutral NPCs that the player can interact with, either by observing or attacking them. Lastly, I'd suggest checking out very specific areas within Tahlia City to get a real feel for the planet. Firstly, the Hutt Embassy, then the Civil Square and the police station, as all the designs for these structures, as stated, are simply incredible.
Number 2.
Next up, we have the Oricon Daily Zone, which arguably is one of the smallest zones on this list, being the same size as a planet region. But the content specifically is astounding. There is plenty to explore and learn about the planet. For instance, the Dreadmaster holocrons hidden around the region all require some form of travel or even parkour to locate. Additionally, the planetside bosses feature an array of mechanics which help prepare newer players for operations and endgame content. The corrupted Bothrian Beast, for example, that teaches players how to interrupt and manage ads. Even some of the planetary heroics have bonus missions that encourage players to explore the more hostile regions of the zone. The Preempt Signals bonus mission, for example, has players interact with antenna arrays via macro binoculars to locate the source of Dreadmaster transmissions, and for those of you unfamiliar with macro binoculars, they are received for completing the Shroud quest line on either faction.
Number 1.
Taking number 1 today is the starting planet Tython, and more specifically the Forge Remnant. Tython is the Jedi homeworld, featuring the original Jedi temples as featured in the Darth Bane novels. Tython is one of the most peaceful planets in the game and managed to successfully induce players into the Star Wars universe. But what most people don't know about Tython, despite it being one of the smaller zones in the game, it is in fact riddled with hard to reach areas and many elevated zones with breathtaking views. It is in fact possible to climb up the mountain ranges of Tython and look down upon the planet. As for the Forge Remnant specifically, the zone contains a plethora of captivating enemy encounters, from ancient war droids to flesh-rated generals. In addition, the zone has an assortment of hidden treasures, including datacrons and macro binocular droids, all this encased within a riveting narrative, whereas the player is introduced into the Star Wars universe. Hence why Tython's Forge Remnants and accompanying quests take the top spot on this list. And there we have it, the top 10 best places to explore in Star Wars The Old Republic. But we're not done yet, because we're going live on Twitch. That's right, join me on Twitch where I stream weekly SWTOR and MMO content. My first official stream will be May 30th, just after the devs live stream. And for those of you who don't use Twitch, that's perfectly fine. I'm uploading part 2 of Lord's Legendary Let's Play tomorrow at 7 o'clock EST. And yes, I will be trying to upload that playthrough weekly. Additionally, I have all these other social networks that you can go take a look at, such as Instagram, Twitter, Reddit, Discord, etc, etc. That's it really. Thank you all for watching. I really hope you enjoyed the video, and I will see you all next time. Bye guys.